Introducing you to Japan. Did you know that Japan is made up of 6,852 islands, or that the word Japan actually means sun origin? I have always been fascinated by other countries and people and how they live. One country I find unique is Japan. We will cover the continent on which it exists, famous people and its history, and the capital, and much more. Here's the Japanese flag. Moving right along. The capital of Japan is Tokyo, and it is the largest city in Japan. Japan is located on the continent of Asia. Japan is an island nation surrounded by the Sea of Japan to the east and the Pacific Ocean to the west. Other major cities include Osaka, Nagoya, and Sapporo. Japan is located in the Ring of Fire, where many volcanoes are located. They have lots of earthquakes. Tokyo's population is 127 million, and that qualifies them to be the 10th largest in the world. Here's a little map of the Japanese island. That brings us to a little of Japanese history. Japan was discovered in 660 BC. Evidence points to Japan as the first settlers. William Adams was the first Englishman to set foot in Japan in 1564, and Christianity was first introduced to Japan in 1549 by Francis Xavier. In 1945, atomic bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki after they had bombed Pearl Harbor first. In 2011, a major 9.0 earthquake was dropped. What hit Japan and caused a ginormous tsunami, and it destroyed a lot of homes, businesses, and land. Ancient warriors of Japan were called samurai. They were very skilled fighters and knew how to use a sword. The swords were called katanas. These swords were very sharp and had a curve to them. And here's the ancient samurai with their swords. The next point I would like to cover is cultural aspects. Popular clothing include the kimono, which means clothing, and are worn by men and women. They can be very colorful or plain and simple. And then there are hakimas. Hakama are pants that tie at the waist and go to the ankle and worn over the kimono. Buddhism and Shinto are the most religious groups of the Japanese religious world. Sushi, ramen, yes as in ramen noodles, miso soup, and soba are popular foods in Japan. Popular music is J-pop, gaku, and Japanese Oriental music. Sumo wrestling is a national sport. It is also Japan's oldest sport. In sumo wrestling, two people wearing nothing but a loincloth called a mawashi face each other in a circle called a daio. The objective is to push, wrestle, or throw the opponent out of the ring. They also win if they get the opponent down to the ground. Something I thought was interesting, that before a fight, they throw salt into the ring to purify it. Popular travel destinations include Mount Fuji, a most beautiful mountainside, Sensoji, which is the historical temple of goddess, and the Himeji Castle, a beautiful famous castle in Japan. This is a kimono and the hakama over here. Keeping these in mind, wouldn't you love to visit the famous Himeji Castle, or watch a sumo competition where grown men wear diapers, or visit all 6,582 islands? I have always found other countries to be interesting. There is a lot to learn about other countries and nations. Everyone is different and live completely different lives. I always wonder if other countries find the United States intriguing too. And here's the sumo wrestlers and Himeji Castle.